Soufriere is known as the Mecca of tourism, home to the majestic Twin Peaks, the world's only drive-in volcano, cascading waterfalls, clear seas, sandy beaches, and a burgeoning yachting sector. The town of Soufriere is the jewel in St. Lucia's crown. Stakeholders in the tourism sector on Thursday gathered for the tourism leg of the Soufriere 2040 project. The Tourism Symposium is one of a series of symposia to develop a blueprint for growth for Soufriere for the next 20 years. Recognizing the importance of tourism to Soufriere and St. Lucia as a whole, the chairman of the Soufriere Regional Development Foundation, Ernest Auger, says the insightful recommendations coming out of the symposium will not go unheeded.
Tourism has and will continue to be St. Lucia's major economic driver for years. If it is so, I think it deserves a place on our school curriculum. I think it ought to be part of our school curriculum. And this is where we'll start the indoctrination of our children and doing the human aspect of the developmental trust. Because a lot of the issues, Orlando said we don't know tourism because we have not indoctrinated our children in tourism, our major export earner. We have not engaged our kids. We ought to start engaging the persons who are participants in the developmental thrust in an industry of that importance.
Auger says one area that must be given due attention is training for individuals in the sector. According to the chairman, the hope is that upon completion of all the symposia, the Member of Parliament for Soufriere, Emma Hippolyte, can present the findings, challenges, and solutions to develop Soufriere on a national level. The facilitator of the session, Felix Finisterre, tasked stakeholders in the 20-year vision plan to ensure that all ideas were SMART goals.
Of what are the low-hanging fruit that you could do? What are the short-term things which are strategic, which means it have downstream effect and impact? And we came up with some really, really great ideas today. So if we're doing like a special events calendar, it's not going to kick off one time. It must have a 15-year time window. So in year one, you look at it, year two, you build on it, you take out some, you put some more, and then you go. But there must be an institution or somebody to grow it and keep it going and to nurture it and keep it going over time. So some of those things will be moving over a 15-year period to get you to nurture. Some of them will be very long-term. Some of them will be 20 years from now. So we sort of, might be pie in the sky, I don't know, you want to do so and so. But in the end, all of it must come together strategically. That's what I'm saying, I keep using that word, intervention. So that Soufriere as a region begins to look and feel differently.
Representatives from various subsectors of the tourism sector were present at the symposium and were all given an opportunity to present on the challenges they face as well as what can be done to improve their sector and ensure its continuity.
We also discussed the developing of continuous customer services. Again, the boat boys or service providers, I don't think they understand their critical role. So their appearance, how they look, how they speak, is very, very important, first impression. And they could be very efficient and very knowledgeable of the industry, but just by appearance, they could be judged. In terms of investment, we tried to have a more holistic approach, and Ben was the architect of this suggestion. The development of yachting services, repairs and maintenance. Soufriere, in my opinion, gets the bulk of the mega yachts. Yet still, it doesn't have a cadre of yacht service providers, from everything to fixing engines to machinists.
Present at the symposium was the Member of Parliament for Soufriere for Saint-Jacques, Emma Hippolyte, who explained that the tourism sector is ever evolving. However, Soufriere is poised to take on a new era. Soufriere 2040 aims to provide a range of opportunities for public involvement in council decision-making, relationship building, and community strengthening over the next 20 years, all in an effort to involve, inform, and empower. From the Soufriere Regional Development Foundation, I am Genevieve Gonzague.